So in the public markets at the moment, I think there's been a return of capital into the UK. We've seen a lot of global asset allocation returning to the UK. Last week we had Mark Carney hold the interest rates on the back of positive signs for the UK and global economy. And I think in the sort of growth company space, that trickles down, and off the back of a very uncertain past couple of years, there's some more relative certainty this year. And also another benefit of a depressed market last year is that a lot of M&A activity happened in the growth space, which has left a lot of investors with funds that they are looking to deploy this quarter and indeed this year. The benefits of being a listed company is that you can use your paper in various different ways to help accelerate your profile. The first being you can use them as paper to acquire other businesses, you can use your shares to then place with investors to raise funds, and thirdly you can use them to incentivise your employee to stay within the business and then share in the upside as that company grows. So there's also additional prestige to being a listed business, having to adhere to market guidelines, putting your financial forecasts out there which show financial discipline helps improve your prestige and how you look externally to both your customers and suppliers. So when one considers IPO versus PE, there are typically two things that are the key differentiators. A PE exit versus an IPO, traditionally the valuation and the multiple will be higher from the PE at the outset, but that being said, the IPO price should be the lowest price a company is valued at and will allow for future sell downs at higher valuations later in the company's life. The compromise to that is that PE will take control of your business usually and will be able to have a larger steer on the direction and vision of that company, whereas with an IPO you are able to somewhat control your shareholder base and retain control and vision of your business. So quite simply, a dual track is running an IPO and a PE and trade sale at the same time. The benefit of doing this is that founders then have the possibility to make a decision later in the process as to which route they want to take. Notwithstanding that, it also alleviates any burden of having both an IPO advisor and a trade sale advisor that there may be friction between the two, but they will also want their equal time with management, which can be a huge burden on the management team. If I was to offer an entrepreneur looking to raise capital one piece of advice, it would be to engage with advisors from an early stage. And this doesn't have to be on a paid basis, but one tends to think of advisors as being there for an event, such as raising capital. But the earlier they're brought into the conversation, the earlier they can give you a steer on your journey as a founder, they can help advise you on the right sorts of paths to take, and then introduce you to the right sort of people to help you realise your ambitions.